So today I wanted to get into self-concept. You guys know I've been on my healing journey, my spiritual journey for the past couple of years. And I've just made so many changes in my life to create more happiness and more abundance and more clarity in my experience and in my reality. And I keep finding new ways to just find my happy and stay centered and grounded. And one thing that has changed my life, honestly, has been working on my self concept. Truth be told, I've been through a lot of trauma. And when you've been traumatized, gaslit, manipulated, just put in so many fucking situations where you are being told that your reality is not what it is, you can start to lose your mind a little bit because you start to buy into the manipulation tactics and the bullshit that toxic energy can throw at you. And so, yeah, after being traumatized, I feel like I lost a sense of identity. When I cut ties with a lot of the stuff that was harming me, I started to go through a mourning period, a grieving process, because I was letting go of an old identity, an old story, an old reality, an old self-concept. And when you're transitioning into a new reality, when you're leveling up, when you are reinventing yourself, it's going to come with ups and downs. As I let go of my old identity, I went through a great fucking depression. Even though the relationships that I was engaging with and all of the toxic energy that I had around me was bad, even though all that shit was toxic, I identified with those relationships and that energy in my life. Even though it wasn't favorable for my journey, it was still what I had known for so many years. By the time I started to let go of those things that were unhealthy for me, I went through a breakdown and I was afraid. I was super vulnerable. And it was like I was cutting ties with myself. And so I have some notes, you guys. So if you hear some gaps in me speaking, or if you hear some paper, it's literally my journal, because sometimes I can lose my train of thought. So thank you for being patient with me. But it's normal to purge a lot of sadness and anger and pain, especially from your childhood, when you begin working on your self-concept. And it's truly part of the healing and reprogramming journey. And for me, there was a whole mourning and grieving process, because I was letting go of my old story and my old identity while creating a new one. And this was the most vulnerable I've ever felt in my life. I know that I'm laughing, but it's actually not funny at all. It was the scariest thing I had ever experienced before, because I cut off members of my inner circle that were so close to me. I cut off a romantic relationship, members of my family, and really just chose myself and chose to do what's best for me, and really just started to prioritize my own happiness in a way that I've never done before. And that was scary. It was really fucking scary. And so I had developed a lot of depression and anxiety, because basically I killed off the old version of myself that I had known since I was a child. And, I just didn't know what was next. It was like I'm taking a risk. All I know is I had to let go of that old self, because she would have died eventually if she would have kept dealing with some of the situations that she was dealing with. And I'm so proud of the woman that I have transformed into after doing all of this deep inner work, because now I know my worth. Now I know myself, and I have developed a solid self-concept that is favorable to my journey for healing and for happiness and for just being whole and excited and free. And I've just developed this newfound confidence, this newfound energy, this newfound strength that like I said, am solid in. With the old story, I was like kind of like shifting back and forth, confident, insecure, kind of confident, very insecure, very confident, kind of insecure. And like now I'm in a place where I'm very centered, very balanced, and I just know who the fuck I am. And my manifestations come in a lot faster. And I still study the law of attraction. But now I'm more into the law of assumption, where I assume favorable thoughts, and then those thoughts show up in my reality. Whereas when I was focused more so in the law of attraction, I would focus on raising my vibration and maintaining a state of happiness so that I could manifest things in that I really wanted. And that was cool. Like I have manifested so many things. Whatever I wanted a few years ago, I was able to manifest through using the law of attraction techniques. And I now have those things. And I now have that new reality. But because I was not solid in a self-concept or a sense of self that was favorable, I was not able to confidently manifest consistently, because I would manifest things and then get scared because they came and they showed up and everything started to work out in my favor and I started to get everything that I wanted. But then I started to get anxiety because because I was getting things at a fast rate. You know, when I cut off all of the people and places and situations that were blocking my signal for manifesting, it's like as soon as I let go of those things, I was able to manifest super fast and I got everything I wanted. But because I was not solid in my self-concept, I was starting to get anxiety for having these blessings or for these blessings coming in. And then I started to become a little insecure about my blessings. You know, my life was working out in a way that it had really never worked out before. And I started to feel really fucking guilty about these blessings and about these things that I had now in my experience. I could feel jealousy from people and I could feel envy and hate and just dark energy. And so I didn't feel worthy of having good things, good people, good energy in my life. And I didn't feel comfortable. I felt like all this pressure. And then I started to hide my blessings. I started to feel insecure about having money and insecure about having nice things, a nice place, access to all of my resources, allowing me to work from home. And I just fell into a depression because I felt like I worked on myself. I cut out the bad. The good is here, but I feel like shit right now. I didn't know how to receive love because blessings were coming in like a physical form, yes, but then also like I was receiving good, happy, positive, joyful, supportive energy that were showing up in friends and love and just like energy that I've always wanted. But when it finally showed up, I was so fucking scared and terrified and triggered. You know, the PTSD started fucking kicking in because I didn't know how to receive love and abundance and blessings. And that was something that I wasn't expecting, you know, like we do all this work on ourselves. We do the inner work and we prepare and sort of make space for abundance and blessings to come into our realities. But when it finally hits, that's a whole other vibe. It's like nobody talks about the anxiety that you get from receiving all of your blessings. And in order to heal all of these things, what I had to do was get solid in my self-concept. So I had to get to a place where I felt worthy enough to receive love and abundance and exciting new opportunities. This was when I tapped into another chapter of healing, and I had to really cultivate a deep space of solitude. I guess in a sense, I was in the new reality physically, but mentally, I was still in the old reality. So I was feeling triggered. I was still operating from my old story. And so you can't be operating from your old story, but you're in your new story. Like it doesn't work. You have to upgrade your mindset and upgrade your energy because I'm now in a new reality. The hardest part about moving into the new reality is letting go of the old one. And it's okay to grieve because you are literally transforming your whole energy. Like you're literally transforming your subconscious mindset and creating a new favorable way of thinking. And this is something that has never been done in your whole life. So it's normal to fall into a depression. It's normal to feel anxiety because it's all part of the healing process and it's not linear. That's like the biggest thing to note is that healing is not linear. Some days are good. Some days are great. Some days you feel like you're over it, bitch. And then other days you feel like, fuck, I feel like shit today. I'm triggered again. I'm thinking about this old bullshit and I thought I was over this shit. Like it's different for everyone. And like, it is a journey. So it's important to be gentle with yourself and, be gracious with yourself and have patience with yourself. I have literally been on this journey for years and, I do get upset with myself sometimes, but as a whole, I try not to beat myself up because I know that I'm doing the very best I can. I understand what I have gone through. I understand the sacrifices that I've made to get to this point. I'm very independent. I've been on my own for several years, and I've really been figuring life out the best way that I know how. And I have made a pretty nice life for myself with the knowledge that I've had, and I'm pretty proud of myself. So I'm not hard on myself in a way that I used to be. And it's okay to feel feelings of doubt. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel down and be in a low vibration because it's normal. We're humans. It becomes an issue when you get stuck in that energy of being depressed and you get stuck thinking thoughts from the old reality, that traumatized reality, the trauma brain. If you get stuck in the past mentally, it means that you're dominantly in that old story. So you're going to create more of those feelings of feeling unworthy and unloved. And for me, I was just in a space where I was dominantly in the old story for several months. And I was thinking about pain and I was thinking about, how I was abused. And it's like I was almost reliving that energy. And then I got scared and triggered and I started seeing my reality through the lens of trauma. And so I was assuming that the people around me were going to hurt me or attack me or use me or manipulate me. And so because I was assuming these things, it's like I was looking for that and I was creating unfavorable circumstances in which I would become triggered. And then that is when I started to realize, oh, I need to take some time to myself and heal, because if I don't do that, I'm going to push away my new blessings and I'm going to push away the good people and I'm going to have a fucking panic attack and an anxiety attack and I'm going to fuck up everything that I worked for. And yeah, I just, at this point, I knew that it was very important for me to cultivate a strong self-concept. I have always been very much into affirmations. Affirming has been very powerful in my life because I know that my thoughts create my reality. And that's how it's always been. My thoughts, and this is for everyone, by the way, like our thoughts create our reality. The reality, the 3D, is literally a reflection of what is going on in our minds. And it's just that simple. Whatever we are focused on is what is going to show up in our physical reality. And so because I was so focused on trauma, I kept manifesting unfavorable circumstances. I kept manifesting situations in which I felt like I had to fight or I had to defend myself or I had to go off or pop off or just really be on the defense because I wasn't trusting people. I was expecting and assuming that people were going to harm me. And so in order to create better circumstances, I realized that I have to get clear on what thoughts I want to think in regards to who I am so that I can create favorable circumstances. And that means I had to identify a story for myself, a favorable story, a beautiful story, a new story. And while this was kind of scary in the beginning, it's also exciting because it's like, oh my gosh, now I get to reinvent myself and now I get to be whoever the fuck I want to be. I'm free to be me. And so once I got past the part where I felt guilty about setting boundaries, once I got through that part, and then I got through the depression of setting the boundaries, I started realizing that all of that worked out in my favor because now I'm blessed with a new opportunity to be who I want to be. And that's really fucking exciting. So I have all these papers because I love affirmations and I'm always affirming, but I needed to write down specific affirmations so that I could kind of like help myself, guide myself, and teach myself who I now am on a daily basis. And the purpose of my affirmations are to reinforce my beliefs in relation to myself or strengthen this new narrative and this new story that I've created for myself. That's really the purpose of my affirmations. It's not that like I'm affirming so that things can like instantly change. It's to get myself familiar with who I am. And it's a way for me to kind of guide myself into the new reality and create an easier transition for the old self to the new self. I wrote a story about myself. I just made myself the main character. I had to define, who is this main character? Who is she? What does she do? What makes her special? What does her life look like? Does she have friends? Does she have a job? Does she work from home? Is she a businesswoman? Is there a romantic partner in her life? And how does she act? How does she show up? I literally had to, I'm laughing because it sounds silly, but it really changed my life. I really had to create this mental story and I had to write it out on paper so that I could get clear on who this character is and how she shows up in this new reality. So I broke it down into 5 sort of sections. And I have different color papers for each segment, I guess, of the story. Every morning that I wake up, I read all of my affirmations. I do my mantras. I have a whole routine, and I'll be showing you guys this in another video. These affirmations really get me into my goddess energy, and they really just are so powerful and kind of get me tapped into who I am in this new reality. So I am a goddess. My presence is powerful. I love myself. I honor myself. I stand up for myself. I show up for myself. I am confident. I am free. I see my strength regardless of the 3D. I am radiant. I am magnetic. I am alluring. I am charming. I am feminine. I am kind and loving. I choose positivity through all things. I am the woman who has it all. I overcome all challenges. Things are always working out for me. I honor myself. I honor my body. I am chosen. I am blessed. I am highly favored. I raise the vibe every time. I am confident. I am a leader. I am soulful. I am sensual. I own who I am moment by moment. I'm strong. I'm beautiful. I'm healed. I'm set free. No one and no thing has power over me. I am conscious of my divine assignment. I am aware of my purpose. I'm grateful for such a remarkable position. I am enough right now. I'm so grateful for having clarity. And they just go on, you guys. Like, I'm not going to read all of them, but it's taken me months, maybe even years to develop a sense of believing in these affirmations and really feeling like they resonate with who I am. In the beginning, it was kind of just like I was writing down words and hoping that I could believe that this was who I am. But I've really come so far with my self-love journey to the point where I now announce and affirm these and I feel powerful. And I'm like, yes, this is who I am. Like, this is who I am. This is how we're showing up today. These are the vibes, you know? So those are the goddess ones. And then I have also affirmations for consciousness and awareness, because it's one thing to activate my goddess energy, but sometimes I really have to intentionally activate my mind and really turn on my consciousness. Like I can wake up and I'm just like vibing all around my apartment, but sometimes I have to tap into my mind so that I can recognize my power moment by moment each day and really just like consciously begin to create. So some of these affirmations are for consciousness and awareness. I am a conscious creator. I am grateful for my mind. It's one of a kind. My thoughts create my reality. My emotions are my indicator of my current vibe. I decide who I am. I'm in full control of my life. I am conscious of my responsibilities. I understand my power. I use it in favorable ways. I understand my role. I am creating my reality moment by moment. I am intuitive. I am highly discerning. I'm focused on favorable thoughts. I speak abundance, positivity, and healing over my mind, body, and spirit. My mind is open to new ideas. I am receptive to exciting opportunities. I am grateful to be in this loving, exciting, abundant, and prosperous universe. I keep a level head no matter the circumstances. My energy is balanced, refreshed, and calm. There is nothing to prove. There is no one to fight. There is no competition. There is no rush. The 3D is only a reflection of my current thoughts and beliefs. My thoughts have the power to shift my reality instantly. So these are just affirmations that I use to get me into that creator mode. It's my way of saying to myself, every thought that you think is creating the next moment, and then the next moment and the next moment. So think favorably. And then I have a couple for when I start to lose a little bit of hope, or like when I start to tap into that human brain where I'm not necessarily having faith in my ability to manifest, because sometimes I do get stressed and sometimes I get worried and I'm like, what the fuck, is this shit actually still am I still powerful? Like, am I still a goddess? Like sometimes I lose myself, we all do. And in order to get myself back in, I'll say things like, no problem. I am the goddess of my reality. I trust in the unseen. I am the operant power. There's always movement in the unseen. My mind is what creates my reality. I don't worry about how long it's going to take me to manifest, because I understand that I always get what I want, because the truth is I always get what I want. And my state of mind will depend on how fast those manifestations come in, because our belief system will determine how fast our manifestations come in. So I also have affirmations for my love and friendships and how I want that energy to show up in this new reality. So the people who are present and make an effort to be in my life come first. I listen to my friends. I actively treat my loved ones with respect. There is love all around me in my reality. My relationships are safe. I honor my relationships. I am loved. I am chosen. I am valued in my relationships. I give love and kindness and respect to my loved ones. I show up for my friends. The company that I keep are in support of my values. It is safe to be vulnerable. I deserve love. My friends understand me. My friends hold space for me. My friends and I have an unbreakable bond. I support my friends. It is safe to show up as my authentic self in my relationships. I am a supportive friend. I am loyal. I provide a safe space for my friends to connect with me. And then these just go on and on and on. When I started receiving abundance and positive friendships in my life and positive, artists and clients and business opportunities, I started to get scared as fuck because everything was working out. And so I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like, which one of these motherfuckers is trying to play me? So I had to meditate and really just develop these affirmations so that I could speak this energy into my life, because the more that I speak it, the more that I believe it, and the more that I believe it, the more I'm creating it. So I only want to create positive relationships and positive friendships around me, and that can show up in my inner circle, my soul tribe, my romantic relationships, my friendships. This applies to any type of relationship. I want nothing but positive energy. And, there are even some that I haven't even wrote down that I thought of the other day. Like, for example, all of the people around me are self-aware, conscious, and confident and excited about life. I only attract the best friends. I only attract the best clients. I only attract the best energy around me. And I write new lists every day, and I'm always updating my story. But those are the vibes for the love and friendship affirmations. Let me put this over here. I have affirmations for my home, because I really had to get to a space where I was comfortable in my home. In my other place that I stayed in, I was attacked in my home multiple times. I really didn't know this, but I was still not healed from that circumstance. And so when I got into this new place, it took me a while. I'm still actually getting comfortable with being here. I'm still getting to a place where I feel safe. You should have seen me the other day. Like, I had a friend over and I was so awkward because like I was kind of like overthinking and like over analyzing to see if like they were gonna like take my stuff or like, like, and so I just don't want to treat anyone like that. I don't want to feel like I'm unsafe in my own home. I want to feel comfortable. Like I said earlier, I worked hard to manifest this home. I deserve this space. I value my space. I love my space. So I really just had to cultivate different affirmations to bring joy and peace and a sense of comfort in my own home. And so a couple of these affirmations are: I love my home. I honor my home. I'm grateful for my home. I keep my home organized. I keep my space clean. I appreciate and value my belongings. I keep an abundance of fruits. My refrigerator is always fully stocked. I always have more than I need. My home is safe and structured. I am protected in my home. My pets are comfortable and cozy. My home is the perfect place to be creative and manifest everything. My home is filled with loving and positive energy. I always have warm vibes in my home. But yeah, I just really want to affirm having a positive space. I deserve to feel safe in my home. We all do. And that is what I'm affirming while I'm here and in any place. So I say these every day. I have money affirmations in business and abundance affirmations. And I've always been able to manifest large amounts of money. However, when I was in a state of depression, I was not manifesting money because I got to a space where I felt that I was unworthy of receiving money. And that changed my whole life. Like, I mean, yes, my life was changing when I felt unworthy in my self-concept and like my relationships and my home, of course, those as well. But I really noticed that I wasn't okay when when I started to fuck up the bag a little bit, So I really had to ask myself, how do I want to show up in business in this new reality? And how do I want to show up with money in this new reality? Because I really had to heal the limiting beliefs that I had through childhood around money and, just the generational cycle of having a lack mindset when it comes to money, not feeling like you deserve abundance. That was sort of the energy that was in my upbringing. And so I really had to shake that and transform that mindset because we all deserve abundance. And I really think that I got to a space where I was overthinking money and I was afraid to spend too much money. I thought maybe the people around me were trying to use me for money. There were just so many things about money there were so many thoughts about money that I was thinking that were unfavorable. And really, when you have like a lack mindset around money, you lose it. And either you lose it or you don't bring it in, it doesn't come in. You're not in the flow of money. And so I found myself in an energy in which I wasn't receiving money and I also wasn't spending money. So I took myself out of the flow of money. And so I had to really just heal myself. And so some of these affirmations, let's start with the business affirmations. I believe in myself and my businesses. I am conscious of my responsibilities. I understand my role. I am a leader. I play my position with honesty and fairness. I am a boss. I am the operant power. I am a winner. I am a fighter. I always succeed. Things are always working out for my businesses. My businesses are respected. My businesses are prioritized. I keep my cool and control my emotions during unexpected business circumstances. I am kind to my team members. My team members are confident. The purpose of my businesses are to help others. I am conscious of my business's needs at all times. I pride myself on operating my businesses with integrity and authenticity. I have all of the resources that are needed to run my businesses right now. I am so grateful for having all of the resources that are needed to run my businesses right now. And so, y'all, my mindset was so low. My vibration was so low that I was not focused on the abundance that was in my energy in regards to my business. Literally, when I was grieving, when I was depressed, when I was anxious, when I was in a low vibration, when I was tapping back into the old reality, the old self, I literally lost sight of all of the abundance that is around me. And so I had to create affirmations, and I had to really just write out a narrative to keep myself in that abundant mindset. So those are the business ones, and they've been extremely powerful. I also have money and prosperity affirmations. Every day is a money day. I love the flow of money. I love the money game. I know that every time I spend money, it comes back to me instantly. I enjoy paying others. I want more so I can give more. I always feel confident when paying my bills because I always have more than enough money to cover all expenses with ease. Money flows into my life with ease. Of course, I'm prosperous. I'm worthy of being prosperous. Every business move I make ultimately makes me more money. Money is being routed to my account right in this moment. Money always finds its way to me. Money and I are best friends. I have a lot of respect for my money. I touch money every day. I count money every day. Everyone around me is prosperous. My businesses are constantly generating income. Every single time I check my phone, I have a new alert notifying me that I just made another sale. Money falls into my lap. I make money in my sleep. I am magnetic to large sums of money. Let me see. I have a couple of more. I'm a rich person. It is normal to me now. I'm a boss bitch. Some of these are like kind of like extra, but it's just like whatever works for you. You know, sometimes if I tell myself I'm a boss ass bitch, it helps me. Like it helps me. I don't know. I always pay my bills on time with ease. Paying my bills is always a fun experience. Every single time I call to pay my bills, I always get the best customer service. Like I say things like that to myself because it helps. I used to get anxiety when it was time to pay my bills. Like I used to be so scared. And then like when I would get on the phone with the people, I would start arguing or like getting mad at the people. Like, what do you mean it's this much? Last time I called, you guys said it was like $40 less. Like you're lying. Like I used to get so anxious, and now I affirm that paying my bills is so fucking fun because I always have enough money. So I'm always confident. I have no problem giving my card information because I know I have more than enough money. I always have fun with the people on the phone. They're so nice to me. I even like end up having to pay less than I even realized. So these papers are in like those clear like little sheet protectors. Like I write my affirmations and then I place them in little sheet protectors, you know, the ones that you put in binders. And I have like these dollar bills. I have like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 7 $1 bills. It was literally all I had that day, but I literally put them in the back part of the sheet protector because I like to look at money. I like to touch money. I like to count money. I like the way it feels in my hands. I like the way it smells. I'm just I have a very close relationship with money. So I'm going to actually do some videos on how I manifest money, because when I affirm in regard to money, it makes money come in a lot faster. The purpose of the affirmations is to familiarize myself with this newfound story of myself. It's not necessarily to manipulate the 3D or to all of a sudden make a shift really fast. It's me reminding myself and reassuring myself that I am already this energy. I am already the creator of my reality. I'm already the operant power. I am already worthy of prosperity just because I am a child of this loving universe. Like I'm already worthy of amazing opportunities. I already have love around me. My friends are already in support of my values. This is already who I am. The affirmation is me reprogramming my beliefs in regard to myself so that I can live in my new story and feel comfortable and not feel like I'm not worthy of my new story. It's really just helping me shift into the new reality so that I can become solid, and that this can be my dominant state of thinking and my dominant point of attraction, so that when I'm in this dominant point of attraction, I'm only manifesting favorable circumstances for my new journey. One thing that I used to do is like say my affirmations and then kind of just like sit down or like go about my day and like wait for the manifestations to come in. I don't think I was necessarily trying to wait, but I think that I believed that there was this like waiting game. So instead of doing that, what I do now is I live in the end and I operate as if my manifestations are already here. So I move into the wish fulfilled state. And I move through my experience like I am already the woman of my dreams, and I've already manifested the life of my dreams. And I just wake up, and on a day-to-day basis, I act as if I've already gotten everything I wanted. And that is how I bring that energy into my life. I have been on my reprogramming journey for like three years now. I live like a different type of lifestyle. Like, it's not your average everyday lifestyle. I do not have many friends. The friends that I do have are very, very understanding of my journey. They are also on their own self-development journey too. Like, they're very much in alignment with my goals and values. I don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV in years. I've never bought myself my own TV. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm definitely gonna get a TV very soon because it gets very lonely and quiet in here. But I've been just trying to discipline myself and stay in alignment so that I can manifest faster and reprogram my whole self, reprogram myself, because I refuse to be programmed by the media and the news and just all the fucking drama bullshit on social media. The point that I'm making is I only allow conscious energy and conscious people into my life. I don't allow anything that's going to block me or deter me. Is that the word? Pull me out of alignment. I don't allow for anything like that. And I have been solely focused on healing for the past, I don't even know how many years. And some people might say that I'm boring as fuck, but this is just like the way that I live my life. And I've been able to manifest everything that I've wanted at a fast rate, especially money. And it's really a lot of fun. And I just continue to get better and better, but I really had to brush up on my power and my strength when I fell into that depression, and I had to redefine my self-concept. And I'm human. Sometimes I tap back into my old ways. Like literally earlier, I was popping off of one of my friends, and I had to like calm myself down and get balanced and centered because yeah, like it's a journey, and I'm human and I mess up sometimes. Sometimes I don't see things in the most positive light, and I have to just soothe myself and go back into my affirmations and remind myself, oh yeah, I am in charge of this whole thing. I am the operant power. My thoughts are creating everything. All I have to do is think favorably and be positive and have faith and trust in the unseen, and understand that everything that I want is on its way to me right now. Chill. That was a long explanation. I hope you guys are still with me. I am worthy of the life that I have desired. We all are. And society programs us to not believe in our power. And when we actually believe in our power, and when we take the necessary steps to harness that power and really just use it to manifest everything that we want, your life is just so beautiful. And I really had to do a lot of inner work to get to a space where I see my blessings as blessings and not potential harm. And so if I can explain and share the things that I did to heal myself, and it helps anyone else, like that's just so rewarding for me. I don't need anything else. I just want to help others and just share my my journey with you guys. So I love you guys so much. Like I said, if you guys want to become a fan or chat a little bit more with me, you guys can find all my social links and all my private links down below. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night. Thank you for listening, and I will hit you guys up a little bit later.